And we are live.
Hello,
Ladies
hello.
and gentlemen.
Welcome.
Good morning to all of y'all to another live stream of the Hammercast.
Is your mic on?
All the mics are on.
Okay.
John, don't gaslight me, bro.
Sorry.
Don't gaslight me. Okay. But before we move on, maybe we just get some confirmation from the stream that indeed all the paraphernalia are on. We don't want to start introducing guests and whatever. And then later, right, hey, bro, mic's not on.
All right. Can you
claim-
guys hear us?
I claim to be a professional. However, I don't actually do this for a living. But, you know, we make do here in the HammerHouse. All right? We are all wonderful and professional people. Okay, I have confirmation that the mics are good to go. And with that,
We are good to go.
we are good to go, and we shall introduce our guest for this live cast, Kwan Jin. Kwan Jin, how are you, bro?
Hello. Doing okay.
Actually, I think Kwan Jin has been in the community for, I don't know,
9 years.
easily
I count.
yeah, about 8-9 years. Yeah, thereabouts.
9 years. About 9 years. Yeah.
And I remember when he was just a neophyte. No, actually I don't know. I met him somewhere in the middle. He already teaching me how to play Warhorse.
I was the one who met him when he was the virgin.
Yes.
Virgin to the community
And then,
or to the wargaming community.
And then we've been rocking the world together. Kwan Jin, you and I, we went to Taiwan to compete in
Australia.
Warhorse. And we went to Malaysia a couple of times, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
So Kwan Jin is with getting up there to be a seasoned veteran in terms of gaming. He's a true blue gamer, one of the more talented gamers I've ever met in my life. Very, very quick on the uptick, and I think you've won quite a few tournaments as well, right?
For Kings of War, yes, but Warmer Hordes, not really.
Was it Taiwan you got quite close, right?
I got fourth. Yeah. I lost by strength of schedule.
Dang, that's rough. But you know, well, we can't go back to warmer horse now.
Well, it's kind of coming back.
It's kind of coming back. It's making a resurgence. But that's not what we are here to talk about today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about a very important thing that's near and dear to all our hearts. All of us gamers, right, have one thing in common. Okay, all of us have one giant pile of things in common. Okay, is this our pile of shame? Okay, the pile of unpainted miniatures that's just gathering dust. Your wife wondering, what the heck is all of this? And then when you talk to her about it, it's suddenly only 10% of the price that you paid for. Okay, no, this pile, right, I swear, darling, is only $100. I swear to you, it's just it's like yay high. It's just $100, darling. And Kwan Jin,
Yes.
you are a master painter now.
Okay, master is a strong word lah. I'm just an enthusiast, but yeah. So how I got into painting is ironic because it's after War Machine died. So how three of us met was through War Machine, but after War Machine slowly died away, I was left with a pile of miniatures unpainted, a pile of unused miniatures. So I was not playing any games. Yeah. So I decided to try and paint them nicely, because I still love miniatures, but just not gaming. So how did I start? Is I watched those Warhammer TV videos last time when Duncan Rhodes was still part of Warhammer TV.
The YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, the YouTube tutorials. Last time there wasn't a lot. I think this was back in 2018. Yeah. So I started with Primaris Marine. I think at the time Dark Imperium just came out. So I followed Duncan's paint tutorial on how to paint a Space Wolf. Yeah, so all the edge highlighting and all that. So very technical painting. So I didn't start off with any of the artsy stuff. It's really from a gamer's path. Yeah, then after that, I stumbled onto Mini-X channel. So Miniac's channel, he used to have this series called Heavy Metal Marines. And in that series, he paints Space Marines to Games Workshop box art standard. So there's one video in particular where he painted a Plague Marine that really inspired me. It's the first time where I saw, you can use different colors for shadows and highlights, because previously if you follow Warhammer TV's videos, they use black for shadows, and then as you highlight miniatures, you just use the same color, just a bit lighter. But for Miniac, he uses greens, and then he uses browns for the shadows. Then when he highlights, he adds a bit of yellow. So that really fascinated me. So after that, I was a bit hooked to painting already. Yeah. Then from then on, YouTube, by the algorithm gods, recommended me Painting Buddha. Painting Buddha is a YouTube channel. It's like I think it was a live stream or something, or like long form videos on. The painter there is Ben Comets. So this guy is quite a well-known guy, a legend in the painting community, and that's the first time I was exposed to NMM. And also I was reading Darren Latham's blog.
Hang on. For those who are
uninitiated,
what is NMM?
Oh, okay. So NMM. So we in gaming we talk about meta, right? Wow, we use this meta list, this meta army to play. So in painting, right, at one point, NMM was the meta. NMM is what is called non-metallic metal. So it's like, how we use metallic pigments to paint metal parts on our miniatures.
So a bit like what they call like the shining gold, like the GW have their something gold color, and then there's the Vallejo also has their own like shining gold
metallic paints
metallic
per se.
paints. So basically those are paints they have a bit of like glitter in them. They look shiny and sparkly. Please continue.
So so what NMM is you seek to create this metallic effect using non-sparkly paints, basically. So how it's done is you follow like comic book illustrations on how they paint metal, or like in fine art, the way they portray how to paint metal, which is all done through non-metallic paints. So the thing about NMM is it works only from the front, when you see from the front. And then as you tilt the model, it start to look a bit weird. Why? Because it's a very illustrative way of painting metal. So this was the meta at the time. And it was recommended by YouTube.
Maybe I just show the... so I'm just showing the Darren Layton, the image that you sent me.
Yeah.
So this is like a illustrated version of the NMM.
Yeah, so this at the time was like the gold standard. This is Darren Latham's Stormcast. So his blog is still up if you want to check it out. It's a whole guide on how to paint NMM like this.
Yeah. So what happens when you use the kind of like the shiny paint, right? Is that it creates like, it looks quite flat lah. Basically, it looks like quite dull, quite flat. In order to achieve this NMM effect, you're not using any bit of shining, sparkling paint at all. All of this effect is done entirely with brown, yellow, and I think a bit of like
black and white.
Yeah, black and white.
Yeah, dark browns. To white basically.
Yep.
The key to painting this is having very high contrast. So you need to execute very smooth blends in a very short area. So that was the challenge of doing NMM also. So it's a rabbit hole. NMM is really a rabbit hole. Okay.
So you mentioned you got introduced to NMM from this YouTube channel called Painting Buddha. So you got enlightened there.
Yeah, you can say so. You can say so. Yeah, that was my enlightening. But yeah, Ben Comets also. So if anyone wants to learn NMM, you can check them out. But I would say that it's not easy. I think I was on his videos. I was trying to learn for his videos for about 6 months straight. So his videos has a lot of parts, and he slowly explains it. But when you paint, I mean, for the first time when you try NMM, it's not going to look as good, and it's very normal. Yeah, nobody's going to get it on their first try. So just keep trying. Yeah, so...
My understanding of NMN is that you also have to trust the process. Like it's gonna look dog water for 90% of the time that you're painting. And then the moment you add the specular highlights, that's when like like bam, it all comes together. And even if you're like quite terrible at it, even when you just first started out, if you trust the process and then you at the final step when you add the highlighting, you still feel actually not bad lah, not bad. I can't fault myself for that. Yeah.
Yeah, we call that the ugly phase of the miniature, which is the first 90%.
Yes.
And the last 10%, okay, it looks okay. Yeah, so nowadays I mainly follow Eric Swinson and Roman Lapat. Because, okay, one thing about coming from the gaming background is your painting is going to be very technical. What I mean by technical is you're going to have very precise brushwork. Because if you start from Warhammer TV, you're going to do edge highlights, so very, very precise brushwork. But you're not going to know how to tell a story through your miniatures. So if you look at Warhammer box art, if you take away all the background and all the photo shoot stuff and you just look at the miniature doesn't tell a story. It's the local color of the miniature, which let's say for an ultramarine, it's blue. But there's no OSL, there's not a lot of weathering.
Hang on. Back to terms again. What is OSL?
OSL is object source lighting. So that's where you seek to create. So that's where you seek to create like a secondary source of light falling onto the miniature. So for example, like if there's a campfire and you want to portray that on the miniature, so maybe the miniature's face is lit from the bottom, like an orange color light from the bottom.
Actually, your most recent stuff has a bit of OSL, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I just show that as an example as well. Let me just put up the. There we go. This one. So there's a little bit of. So this is what. So if you see the miniature, from the side, one side of the face to the other side, like you can see there's one side of the face which is like quite
brightly lit,
and then the other side is like fading into shadow.
Yeah, I especially love this work, man. I think this is one of his better works. The moment I saw it, I showed my wife, "Hey, look at this."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I thought it was painted by some long time ago crystal brush winner or something like that. Then after that, it's Kwan Jin. What?
Yeah, you can clearly see that you can clearly see that one side is brightly lit with light, and then the other side is not. It's not lighting effect. This is painting effect.
Yeah, this is painting. Yeah.
There's no light in this picture.
So you try to tell a story through light, right? Because there's only so much you can do with a miniature, aside from basing to try and tell the story. That's why I follow Eric Swinson and Roman Lapat. They're kind of they tell stories, especially Roman Lapat, because his painting is actually very rough. It's not like us gamers where you come from a very technical background, very smooth blends, edge highlights. He just slaps on the paint, but it's always his work always has a lot of personality. You can picture the environment the miniature is in. So it's just people coming from different backgrounds, and then you develop your paint skill a bit differently.
So this is where I think when it comes to, like you were talking about the meta of painting, right? And this is something that for a long time, since probably around the pandemic, when I also started to get a lot more into trying to improve my painting skills, where I start to see like criticisms of things like the NMM and the ultra blended, ultra smooth style of painting, and it looks fine on the photograph. Like you said, there's a bit of the ugly face of painting, right? Which is the moment you turn it to the side, that's it already. The whole thing the illusion falls apart. But I mean, it looks nice to a certain point, and then subsequently, you kind of miss out on a lot of the important texture, the detail. When things are too smooth, you erase a lot of the miniature itself, the grooves, the shape of it. Would you say something like that?
At one point there was a lot of emphasis placed on smooth blends, because the reality about acrylic paint is that it's a bit easier now with a lot of different mediums and things like that. But if you're only painting with water, it's quite difficult to get a smooth blend. So at one point, even in social media, there's a lot of emphasis placed on just getting smooth blends. And there was some pushback because smooth blends take a long time to do. And some people say that you tend to get lost in the sauce with smooth blends. You focus so much on blending that you lose the story or the presentation of the miniature. There are good and bad to both schools of thought, but depends on what the painter enjoys.
I think the issue comes when a lot of the painting competitions, they start to prioritize smooth blends. Like smooth blends tend to be the one that wins a competition. Not to drag on smooth blends lah. Clearly, it's something that requires a lot of mastery, requires a lot of patience. I personally probably will never be able to do as good a job as some of these like masters, and I don't want to rag on them or anything like that. But I think there's something to be said about when everyone is just like hyper fixating on this one particular aspect of painting that they kind of neglect everything else lah. The various style of painting even. I mean, if we are going to go with like the ugly face of painting, there's even those where they paint it like they call like chiaroscuro or something like that, which is also just like you look at it from one angle, it's very nice. The moment you turn it, it shatters the illusion because it's really painted like a comic book style.
The cell shade style?
Yeah, cell shade style also. Yeah, so I think all this, as what Kwan Jin was explaining just now, which is it tells the story, right? It shows this is what the painter is supposed to do, is really to bring out the story, what you want to say with this one miniature, with using visual language, using the paints that you have.
Okay, with regards to, since we're on the topic of joining competitions, the reality about joining competitions is, in terms of painting skills, the top 10% of painters all have the same skills. By then, you already know how to achieve smooth blends, you know how to age highlight well. It's almost a prerequisite if you even want to place in like the masters category of any competition. But what separates these pieces apart is whether your piece has personality or not, especially between a silver and gold. And this is still something I'm struggling with because I come from a gaming background also lah. How to convey emotions, especially let's say if your miniature is supposed to depict a very solemn scene, right? Maybe you use a bit more cooler colors, your colors are a little more gray. Yeah, so, but by the top 10%, if you're going for the goal, what separates you is you have to have a story. You have to convey some kind of emotion to the judge. So ultimately, painting skill is just a prerequisite. Ultimately, it's your ideas and your imagination that's the most important. Yeah.
So I think maybe we can, Kwan Jin, you can explain to me a little bit about, you sent me a couple of images lah, and then one of them was this second place winner. Maybe I can just show the audience as well. So this guy. Okay.
Oh boy.
So this guy is a Golden Demon second place winner. So you can see it on your screen now. Now look, this guy is competent, right? Not to rag on this Christian Clausen guy. I think
he paints better than me.
He, for sure.
Or most other people.
He paints better than 80% of the painters.
Yeah.
Okay. No shade. Okay. No shade to this guy. Is it a competition with second place winner though? Is it? Kwan Jin, am I missing something? Does your gamer painter eye tell you something that my gamer painter eye doesn't tell me?
Okay. Just to clarify, this Christian guy, right? He also won, I believe, Warhammer Fantasy Silver, and so he painted a Bretonnian Knight in the same competition, and it's also very nice. So he did NMM everything lah, and very neat painting also. But from what I understand, he followed a YouTube tutorial for this piece by Infernal Brush, this YouTube channel, who's an ex-heavy metal painter, ex-GW painter. So he followed the tutorial and then just submitted this because he had nothing to submit for the 40K category. The open category. So 40K, he submitted something else already. That's why he submitted in open. But lo and behold, he actually won a golden demon for it. I mean, a silver demon for it, right?
Yep.
So this goes to show that, okay, it's quite controversial because the open category is known for kit bashers, for hand-sculpted miniatures. So you don't even have to use a Games Workshop model in open category. It tries to promote creativity among the painters. And especially like sculptor/painter collabs is very important also for this category. But somehow, this one without...
A stock Space Marine.
A stock free Space Marine that you come down to HammerHouse, you ask Johan, hey, I want to get into painting, can I have a miniature? This is the one you get. You can also ask for the Age of Sigma one, but this is, I think, from what I understand, the more popular one. But this is what you get. So it's a push fit model. No modifications, no whatever. The basing is like some terrain paste just slapped on. So no storytelling elements at all.
Well, there is a bit of red dust on his boot. So we know he's been tracking. That's a story.
Okay. Yeah, but
it's a story.
But it just baffles me why this won. Even the painter didn't know why he won, by the way. He made a public Instagram post saying that he has no idea why the judges chose this piece. I mean, even the paint job, open category is like you promote creativity, but even the paint job is a box art paint job.
Yes.
Yeah, so it goes to show that if you want to join any competition, make sure you understand the competition. So either he accidentally won this or he really understands what Golden Demon is.
I guess there's something to be said about like simplicity. It's like all the cooking show every time, right, the main character want to fight against the bad guy, right? The bad guy will cook up some super fancy stuff, right? Like 佛跳墙, Buddha jump over the wall, some really fancy stuff, right? And then the main character will do what? Bowl of like fried pork rice or something like that. And then the judge will eat the simple thing and then just get blown away by it. I guess there is something to be said about when you distill things down to its most simplest form and you're still able to capture and convey certain like aspects of mastery. I think there's like a time and place for that.
Mm-hmm.
Not say like once again, I'm not say this guy is a terrible painter. I think he looks like he's
a great painter.
Yeah, he looks like he's a very, very competent painter.
Yep.
I just think this one, right, is way too simplistic, especially when you put it in comparison with other Golden Demon winners.
Do we have any other images from Golden Demon?
Which one should I show?
Oh yeah, I can show the Slayer Sword one.
The Slayer Sword one? Okay.
Yeah, the big Trogoth.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, it's incredible work.
So this one, right, is this one I think looks like there's a lot of things going on with this particular. Maybe I just zoom in a little bit more so the audience can see also. Yeah, let me just increase the size of it. There we go.
I mean, look at the waterfall or whatever that is.
Yeah, the water effects. Look at the texture on the arm, right? The textures on this like club that this fella's using. You see the stone, like this like stone feature that's like mounted on the back. That's like smooth blended painting. But the rest, so there's like a lot of things going on. So he has the textured painting, he has the smooth blends.
Yep.
He has the diorama, the water effects. This is like what would you say, like 100 hours of work?
100 hours? No,
more than that,
not
man.
100 hours. Let me tell you.
Okay.
So this winner, David Perryman. So he did an interview with Games Workshop after he won the Slayer Sword. He said he took 2.5 months, 10 hours every day to paint this shit.
Wow, it's like a full-time job. It was a full-time job.
Let me tell you, that's the standard Golden Demon is if you want to go for the Slayer Sword. It's 700 plus hours of work.
That's insane, bro.
Bro, does he even work?
I severely underestimated.
He doesn't sleep. Yeah, so it goes to show that if you want to join competition painting, you really need to know what competition you're going for. Golden Demon is a whole different beast compared to other competitions. They strive for perfection. What this is like a perfect paint job. how they score it is, so in an interview last time Games Workshop had this podcast called Voxcast, and they interviewed one of the Golden Demon judges. I think his name was Max Fillet, something like that. He said your style doesn't matter, only if you execute it perfectly. He said there are some things that transcend style, which is in this case a perfect paint job, like technical painting. Your painting is very technical, so storytelling doesn't really matter here. How well you execute your painting is all that matters. And in this case, Christian's work, his silver and open, makes a lot of sense. It's a style executed perfectly, and that's probably why he took silver.
And then there's no storytelling, right? Because storytelling doesn't matter.
Yeah. So what is Golden Demon? Golden Demon is a slugging match. You are playing boxing with the other painters. You see who punch out who first. You spend 100 hours or 200 hours on your painting. How smooth do you want to make that blend? So that's Golden Demon. Other competitions are not really like that. But if you want to win a demon, that's what you got to do. 750 hours of painting.
You want to win a Golden Demon, you gotta be a demon. You gotta metamorph yourself into a demon first.
Yep.
Dang, that's quite crazy. Do you have any? So what about some of the other stuff that you? Is there anything else that you like to share? With regards to the.
We can speak a little more about competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, before you enter a competition, always read the competition document. There's always a PDF somewhere. You go and find it and read it, especially what is allowed in the competition. So recently there was a competition in Penang, quite a big painting competition called Malcolm. This was held in June. So in that competition, it doesn't allow nudity as stated in the PDF document. So from what I heard, there's some people that submitted some more explicit things that got taken off the table. So you don't want that happen to your piece, right? You spend, like what we said, the 100, 200 hours painting like crazy, and then you put it on the table and the judges say, no, you cannot submit this one. I mean,
700 hours and no.
Yeah, so wasted effort, you know. I mean, you paint for yourself, yes, but you know, you want it to enter a competition also, right?
At least judge my work lah. At least judge it, bro. The judge is not worthy. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's why always read the competition document and the fine print. I mean, these competitions, okay, you know, like we talk about Golden Demon is pretty hardcore, right? But the reality is other competitions also, like, you know, Malcolm, even in Penang, right? From what I heard, some painters go and scout the location first. So they will find out who are the judges first. They find out who are the judges first. The painting preferences of the judges. So, for example, in the figure category, there's a
hardcore, man.
What?
There's a judge called his name is Darren Han. So he's very good with skin and faces. So naturally, when you paint for that competition, you want to paint something with a face, and you want very good skin texture and things like that, so that, you know, that judge maybe can grade you favorably. Also, people, from what I understand, go and scout the location, see where the light bulbs are placed.
Holy shit!
So it's very important that your miniature is lighted correctly, right? So they'll go and scout out where are the daylight lamps placed, and then they will mark that location first. The moment the doors open, right, these are the people that run inside and faster place it. Faster go and place their miniatures there.
It's only a matter of time, right, where they just hire their own contractor. Just start building. Just got the license, everything, and they just start cranking it out.
Well, so it's a first come first serve basis. People actually queue outside the hall.
Yeah.
It's like an iPhone 16 launch queue.
Oh man, okay lah, not that bad lah. But yeah, some of the more hardcore ones will go and queue first, and then we'll go and take the table slot first. Yeah. So what else?
By the way, this is actually one. I'm just gonna sidetrack a little bit, okay? Just a tiny little bit. This is actually the original meaning of metagaming. So when you talk about in the past, when we talk about metagaming, right? What you're describing is you're playing the game outside of the game, right? So in this case, this is meta painting. You're playing the painting game
outside the painting.
without actually painting. So you're looking at the judges, you're looking at the lights, whatever. You're maybe even looking at your competitors. Right? You're looking at what they are doing well, what they are not doing so well. Maybe you want to improve of it, whatever, right? This is the original meaning of meta, gaming meta, whatever. Like the meta is that. So this is truly well and indeed meta painting. And I am quite shook, to be honest. This is quite next level. Like I said, I'm just waiting for the day that they will hire contractors to start building lamps and light boxes inside the exhibition hall.
Or who knows, it's already been done. I need to go and check the sponsors of the event.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Sponsored by interior decorators, interior designers.
Yeah, but fortunately, most other competitions other than Golden Demon is using the open category, so it's a little more forgiving in terms of prizes or medals. Because in open category, you can have more than one gold, more than one silver, and more than one bronze. As long as you hit, so you can view it as levels. If you hit the bronze standard, you will get a bronze medal. It's not like Golden Demon where there's only 3 people that will get the gold, silver, and bronze. So if you hit the gold standard, you will get a gold medal. So in a year, there can be like 20 winners of different medals. Yeah, so it's a little more forgiving, and that promotes a lot of. So that promotes a lot of creativity and doesn't promote like Golden Demon an unhealthy level of perfection, you know.
Yeah, so it's like not one winner where everybody is just grabbing up for that gold medal, where you can have multiple winners. So
basically, you're just doing your best.
Yeah,
you're just doing your best, and if you get the goal, you get the goal. If you don't, then
it's like an achievement instead of winning competition.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so the only person to compare with is yourself, really, as it should be with painting, because painting is honestly a very personal endeavor. Yeah, so if you want to join competitions, I advise joining competitions with open categories first before trying for Golden Demon, because you don't know, like you spend you think your 200 hours is a lot. The next guy is spending 700 hours. So join open first and then improve every year. And usually judges are very friendly. They will give you feedback if you bring your piece to them and ask them. They're usually very free after the judging. Like they'll be walking around, and people will be swarming them asking questions, like pretty much. Yeah, so that's joining competitions. But also remember to set expectations, the correct expectations. I would say it's much healthier entering a competition thinking you're not going to win anything. If, let's say, you enter a competition thinking you're going to get gold and you don't get gold, you're going to get very disappointed. And you feel like your effort is wasted, right? So set the correct expectations. Have a healthy relationship with the hobby lah.
Yeah, the way that I approach it is always hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I think that's about the best that you can do lah.
Anyway, every time I go to a wargaming tournament, I'll just say I go there for fun. I'm gonna lose. If I end up winning, yay, bonus.
Yeah.
Hedge all your words.
Yeah. Okay, so before we move on, so anyway, we are at the competition thing. So Mini-Rama, which is happening in end November, which is it's an art fest held by HammerHouse. So it's really I wouldn't call it a competition, maybe just like a meet and paint, or not meet and paint, sorry, meet and showcase your miniatures painted. So same thing, read the document, right? Kwan Jin.
What are some of the things, right, that off the top of your head that you know, right, best be on your, like the most important, okay, like for the one, no nudity, confirm lah, right? Or what are some of the other rules that you can like immediately off the top of your head?
We have been receiving a lot of questions on, must it be on a round base or a square base?
You can show the dimensions I sent.
Yeah, so it's all in the document. That's why read the fine prints, as per Kwan Jin says. Yeah.
Is it this one?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So read the fine prints.
Yes. Yeah, so this is we call it Mini-Rama because we want to do it on a diorama basis. So it's a competition based on diorama. Correct? Am I correct? Because Kwan Jin is one of judges, so he's very familiar with this.
Oh, are we announcing it now?
I mean, why not? It's already document is already out there.
Okay, sure. So me and a bunch of other people are judges. There's two main categories for this competition. One is called the Polaroid category.
Okay, so I have the Polaroid category, the diorama here on screen now.
So there are two acceptable, or I believe anything in between dimensions for this category, and it must be on a round base. And you cannot protrude 10% more than what is stipulated. So if let's say your miniature, like a lion, let's say, has a sword coming out, right, because he's holding a sword in quite a wide angle, it can protrude by not more than 10%. So you must use a round base. Why this is the case is because round bases are quite interesting. Usually, if you use a square base, you are forcing the viewer to one perspective. So when you hold a square base, you look at the front. There's a very clear front, side, and back. But when you hold a round base, it's 360. You're encouraging the viewer to view it 360. So we want that for this competition. So nobody can rely on like a forced angle. So the next category is the vignette category, or however I pronounce that.
Vignettica.
Vignettica. Sector Vignettica.
Don't ask me.
Pao came up with the names, you can ask him. So this is your big kind of armies on parade style diorama, where you make a board, like a big wooden or foam board to put your miniatures on, and you display it. So, okay, we understand that HammerHouse is mainly a gaming community, so we won't penalize miniatures that are mounted on their own respective bases. So they can be on their round bases or square bases. In Fantasy's case, doesn't matter. But you just have to make the board. And then how you place the miniatures on the board matters a lot. So how you present your miniature. I want to say that these two categories, the emphasis on painting is not as high as other competitions. So other competitions usually have like 60 to 70% is painting. Like what we talked about just now, painting competitions. But for ours, right, it's only between 25 to 40%. We really want people to
tell a story.
To tell a story, get some creative ideas out. You don't have to worry too much about the execution. It is scored. So you paint somewhat to an okay level is fine already. But the more important part is how you present the miniature or your diorama, and how you tell your story, or how you do your composition and everything. Yeah, so I feel like this competition is quite interesting, quite a unique competition compared to others.
So for those who keep asking why not on square, that's your answer.
We kind of have a square one, the Vignettica.
Yeah, correct. But I mean on the miniature basis, not the diorama one. Yeah, so that's your answer over there. So once again, Minirama is going to be in end November. So anybody can enter. The entry for one diorama is $5 if I'm not wrong. And we hope that everybody will walk away with something. We're coming up with the prize pool. Yeah.
If you start cranking now, you can hit your 700-hour mark exactly at the end of November. But you got to start now.
10 hours a day.
10 hours a day. You got to get it cranking. Okay.
Okay, before we move on to the next topic, we have giveaways this episode.
Woo!
What are we giving away?
Giving away things.
Finally, after 3 episodes. So this week we are
not bad, 3 episodes. 3 episodes in give stuff away already. We're not Oprah Winfrey. We don't have Oprah money. You get a free car. You get a free car. No, we don't have a free car. Tell us, Johan, what we're getting.
So we are going to GamesCon. HammerHouse is going to GamesCon Asia next weekend, happening at Suntec Convention Hall 4. So we are giving away tickets to GamesCon. It's a 1-day ticket. We have 10 of them to give away. So how do you get them? As usual, like, subscribe, and comment.
You got to do all three, by the way.
Yes.
Okay. I can see who are subscribers who have liked, so on and so forth. Alright. So don't try and bedi. Okay. I have a complete control of the YouTube channel. Right. I can see it. So do like, okay, subscribe. Probably in that order is probably because the like button on the far left and subscribe. Then just add a comment, okay?
Yes.
Just put a comment. 700 hours here I come, okay? Any comment you want to put the comment right first. I'm the first one to comment. Also can.
No
okay?
problem.
No problem. We will take. Okay, as long as not vulgar lah. Okay,
Yes.
don't insult HammerHouse. Generally, like anything in good taste, funny, or a bit joking, acceptable. It's all good in the neighborhood. Okay, but do all three. Okay, like, subscribe, and finally drop a comment.
All right, and this is specifically for Singaporeans only, or if you happen to drop by in Singapore next weekend, do drop that in the comment and say, hey, I'm dropping by Singapore. I want a ticket too. Sure.
Yes. Yeah, we cannot mail the thing to you. If you're in Switzerland or what, too bad for you. Okay, I'm sorry. The Switzerlanders, the Switzer boys. We no GamesCon ticket for you, but for the rest of us Singaporean boys or girls, y'all got a chance. Okay?
Yes.
Y'all got a chance.
10 of them.
10 of them.
Okay, then with that, we can move on to the next topic. So what's our next topic, John?
We have. Let me just quickly read out some of the comments.
Okay.
The live chats. Alex, Tauke, my hair not bad day. Okay, it's a great hair day. All right. Tigris or Tigris. Hey, I'm gonna paint my bad luck today afternoon till night. This guy is cranking it already.
10 hours.
10 hours. Okay.
12 to 10.
I feel like he also got a bit of a feel kind of called out when I was talking about the power of shame, as we all do. Every time we say power of shame, we all feel we're getting called out. He also mentioned dramatic lighting. I think he was talking about one of Kwan Jin's miniature probably. Alex, painting is serious business. You absolutely right, Alex. Okay, painting is serious business. Alvin Wong, despite rules, all competition will have human judges bias or biases. I feel like Kwan Jin, do you have? I'm sure you have strong opinions about this particular statement.
Have lah.
So maybe I give you like 1 whole minute, get it off your chest, and then I move on to the other.
Strong. Okay.
1 minute enough not?
I mean, okay, yes, the judges can have biases, but there's a certain level we all as painters have to achieve, a certain technical level, up to the point where you just have to, all you have to do left is to tell your story. So once you get up to that top 10%, so the top 10% I was mentioning just now, whether you're already good at painting, you just need to know how to tell your story. And that's the point where you're already either silver or gold already. So as painters, that's what we should strive to achieve that top 10%. But usually by then you're already winning medals already. It's just whether it's a silver or a gold medal.
We are not machines. We don't paint like machines, and we shouldn't be judged by machines. I think that's the main takeaway that I would have. To quote one of the toxic members of our community, it's a bit like all these like human interaction games or judges or competition. It's can be akin to soccer or football. The referee does make some bad calls, but it's still a beautiful game at the end of it, precisely because there is a chance for a bad call. And I think that's like the main takeaway that we should all have, the crux of the matter lah. Like, don't be too hard up about perfection. Just do your best. If the judges give you some feedback, take it to heart. Take it kindly, but don't take it too hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Okay, we have Evo X, good morning. Debbie Louis, sub, bro, sub. Okay, Marshall, I already subscribed. Mimi, this is quite fun. I think this guy, I think we can just reach out to him already lah, Marshall. All right, but this one not up to me lah. Okay, not up to me. All right, Tao Ke say then I do. Okay, Tigris, if I have to do anything more than basic flat colors, my backlog will be even worse. I'll leave the fancy techniques to the expert.
Actually, you can be an expert too.
I think even flat colors can give you quite amazing results. I believe that's the case. And actually I think 90% of like tabletop ready painting, right? Like you can do it in a way that's at the very least maybe not quite bronze level competition winner, but almost there, right? You can get it about halfway there. That's my personal opinion. I don't know if Kwan Jin, you agree with that.
I was about to ask him a certain question, but I think...
Well, I have some opinions, but we can move on.
All right. There be still procrastinating, aren't we all? Okay. And Tigris, pick me and I'll cosplay 40k Inquisition at GamesCon.
You got yourself a ticket!
Okay, say one. Okay, you cosplay, you get a ticket. Okay, make sure to like and subscribe. Okay,
And comment.
Okay, for the final topic, so as we're talking about like painting and whatnot, right? So we talk about Kwan Jin his journey as a painter, and then after that competition painting. There's another aspect of painting which is very near and dear to us gamers at heart, which is commission painting, and this is where I think it's a very wild but very hidden world. It seems like there's a lot of people with like a lot of comments, a lot of things that they want to say, but typically, right, it's not said out loud. That's my feeling. I don't know if you guys feel the same. So why you got to sigh like that, Johan? Why you got to have the sigh of 1,000 words?
I think we'll get into it later, so let's move on first.
Yeah. So maybe Kwan Jin, you also can share with us some of your experiences, either you yourself as a commission painter, or if you have commissioned others to do so. Yep.
Okay, but when you say secretive world, I'm picturing like in back alleys, right? People handing unpainted miniatures to the painters. Hey, I need this painted. Oh, okay, how much?
Dealing dope.
Yeah, dealing dope miniatures. That's one. Okay, so just to clarify, I don't do commission painting anymore.
Anymore is the word.
Yeah, anymore. Yeah. I have a full-time job already, so I cannot do anymore. Okay, so but at one point I did. So how did I get started? My first competition I entered was first miniature I entered into a competition was an Abaddon miniature, the Chaos Abaddon, the new one. It just came out at the time. So I started posting my stuff online, and this guy contacted me wanting to paint his own Abaddon, but he wanted it at a display level. So I think my path is a little different from other commission painters. From what I understand, other commission painters are mostly army painting. I think that's the most popular one.
Yep.
Like your 40k meta changes every month or something, then you want a new army. That's where they get their business from. But mine is display miniatures. So I don't know whether I should do commission painting at the time, but I felt that I could value add a bit to the commission painting community. Because I think at the time no local painters was doing NMM. So this was after I learned non-metallic metals. And I thought, okay, I can offer this kind of service. So I think one notable project, I guess, was my Mortarion. The Mortarion was painted in Black Legion colors, and it's full non-metallic metal. So really big project, took a long time. But overall, okay, I quite enjoyed commission painting. But when it comes to money, things can get a little tricky. Especially commission painting, sometimes it's a bit difficult to price. You really need to be familiar with that brand of miniatures. In this case, it's Games Workshop, right? You need to charge for your labor, like assembly, and priming and painting, things like that. And it's very easy to undercharge. And I think this is one of the big struggles of commission painters. Very, very easy to undercharge, because usually you think about painting the miniature, but assembly takes a lot of time also. And to assemble up to your customer standard, sometimes you need to clean all the mold lines. What if you never hammer out these details with your customer first, right? and then you never clean the mold lines properly, of course your customer won't be happy. So these are things you need to take into account also. Like then your primer, Games Workshop primers are damn expensive. That's for sure, damn expensive. And
I think all primers in general are like pretty high up on the price, but the Games Workshop one is.
No, there's the Pylox one for $5.
Oh, please do not
that's
use
not
that
a primer.
Bro,
That's
bro,
a miniature destroyer.
If you use that, right, I will quote you in the Pylox. Okay? I will buy the 5 can of Pylox and I'll quote you in it.
Yeah, so these are costs commission painters don't usually think of unless you're very experienced. Yeah. So how to say? It's a challenging business lah, because ultimately, is it an art business or is it labor? Like,
I would say it's both.
To me, it's labor. Like if
I would say it's pure labor. It's just pure back-breaking Herculean labors. It's literally the 12 labors of. I don't think. Okay, I think with some exception, maybe like Kwan Jin, but most of the time you are just like literally assembling, like fouling the models, filling in the gaps. By the way, I did my short round of commission painting lah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Very, very short stint. Only for a few people.
Okay.
I think I hated every second of it. I think I said because generally I am a person who loves painting, assembling, and so on and so forth. I think if you guys have seen my army, you know that I'm not too hard up about technique. I'm more concerned with like colors and presentation. That's more like my speed, my style. And I think back in the day, some of the people they saw that they quite like it, and usually it can be applied quite quickly. Like my level of painting can be applied quite quickly, but damn, I just feel when I do it for other people, first of all, it just feels so long. Everything feels, and then you're always under this pressure, and then every moment of it, I feel like I'm not making enough money. I'm start counting the hours. I'm just like, okay, now I'm basically painting for $10 an hour. Now I'm basically painting for $8 an hour. Now I'm basically painting for $6 an hour.
It goes down and
it
down.
just keeps going down and down. And I just feel just awful the whole time.
Yeah, if you truly love your hobby, don't do it for money, right?
Yes,
I agree.
Yeah, also we have to accept that, okay, especially for army painting, it's a very low barrier to entry job. People paint for like 6 months and they can already paint quite decent armies. So the skill set for commission painting, for army painting specifically, is not very, very hard to get. You compare this to like getting a diploma in poly, right? You need 3 years, to get a diploma, but then commission painting, you learn 6 months, you can do already. So yeah, that's something you just have to accept. So if let's say if you do army painting, a low barrier entry job, and then how can you attract your customers, right? It's mostly, I guess, through pricing. I don't know whether you found this true or not, John. So you basically charge lower than the next person, and then you just try to get customers that way. If you don't offer anything special,
and then it's a vicious cycle, right?
For me, I was quite fortunate. I managed to just charge a price. I didn't have to compete per se. I wasn't really doing it because I needed the money. Someone inquired. Then I felt like, okay, I never done it before. Sounds like it could be a fun project. Painted an army that I've never touched as well. I like to get exposed to different things. And initially I felt like it could be a fun project. And then the more I did, the more I'm just like, this is totally the opposite of fun. There is no fun or joy in any of. I'm saying it like it's very hyperbolic, but the issue for me back then was I agreed to a few different people already. Then I really just regretted doing it the whole way. Even though the price at that point, I think I was like a little bit higher than others on a per miniature basis. But not that much also not say like $50 per mini or what. By the time I calculated, I think it was something like maybe 12, 15 per miniature.
I mean, because the people approached you because they like your style, right? So it's a little bit different from the commission painters who are out there approaching people to get their business.
Right. So, end up I just it's really just a labor of. It's just a labor of labor lah. There's no love lah.
Yeah, it is labor lah. Like, okay, so maybe we can talk about a recent post, quite a public post by a famous commission painter based in Malaysia. So he posted about, I think it's taken down already, but he posted about how someone else was undercutting him. So this is the reality, right? And undercutting by quite a lot from what I heard, and it's all this army painting stuff. But here's the reality: if your regulars or your customers are going to you because your price is lower, of course, if another painter comes along with a lower price, even lower price, they are going to move over, right? So his attraction was low price. So who is he undercutting then? Isn't he undercutting the Singaporean commission painters? That's why.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of Singaporean commission painters who, I mean, a lot of Singaporeans who let Malaysian commission painters do their work, right? So it's just a race to the bottom, really. So how then do you do commission painting? My opinion, and it's an opinion, is you need to offer something else other than a lower price, which is maybe your basing is really nice. You do very elaborate basing work. And commission painters, from what I understand, don't really like to do basing work because basing is viewed as something that comes along with the painting work. It's like it should be there one. But if you do some really nice basing, I'm sure some collectors will come to you because not a lot of people are willing to do it. So another example is, in my case, it was NMM. Another example is if you know how to use fluorescent paint very well. Fluorescent paint can make your paint jobs really flashy. And some people really like that. Really like that flashy look. You know, you stare into the army, right? You might go blind, that kind. Those fluorescent red paints, man, you can see it from like 10 meters away.
From
you know,
outer space.
Yeah, from outer space. Yeah, so you have to offer something else, I think, other than a lower price. Or maybe like a really neat paint job, because let's say if you train your technical skill very well, you can do it in a very short time, and other people cannot, right? So maybe that's something you can offer also. Yeah, so generally, I think that's how during my time as a commission painter, that's what I experienced lah. If all you have is a cheaper price, then everybody just races to the bottom and nobody benefits. And this is not something you can have a control in pricing in the industry also, because painting again is a very personal thing. So everybody has a different style. Every commission painter has a different style. Style is one thing, but your painting standard is another. So don't confuse style with painting standard, a shitty paint job, okay? But yeah, everybody has a different style. So how can you charge the same price? Yeah, so those are my thoughts on commission painting. Maybe a bit controversial, I don't know.
No, I don't believe so. So for some of y'all who don't know, my full-time work, actually, I'm a business owner. And so some free business advice for you prospective, aspiring commission painter out there lah. Really, it's 一分钱一分货 lah, or in Mandarin, is you pay 1 cent, you get 1 cent worth lah. And my business mentor back in the day, he always used this analogy. Like if everybody just want cheap things, right? Then why is iPhone consistently sold out? Because people don't want just the cheapest things. The consumers don't typically race to the bottom of the pricing barrel. Is what Kwan Jin said. If you set your price low, then you attract that
kind of customer.
That level of customer. There's always a price equilibrium, right, for the amount of work that you want to do and the amount of work that you can do. So there's always some price equilibrium that you attract the customers at that level. My suggestion is to just stick to your guns. Don't ever give discount. Don't ever back down on your prices. And yeah, like what Kwan Jin said also, offer something else of value that you believe is a value add service. The reason people buy iPhone is not because of its wonderful features or great functionality. People buy iPhone because it's a brand. They want to be associated with the tribe. This is the value add of an iPhone. Similarly, when you want to be a commission painter, you also need to value add in some way, shape, and form. I think basing as per what Kwan Jin was saying is one way. Developing a particular style that no one else is doing, no one else is achieving, is also probably a good way. The more you do that particular style, the faster you get at doing it, the more efficient you become, and then the pricing becomes so-called better because you can do more work in less hours.
Yes.
Then you tend to benefit more. So these are some of the ways that you can benefit from that level. Okay. Reading some of the comments, Wen Hao Wu, after clearing mundane backlog of few thousand points of same scheme, might be refreshing touch to paint in detail. Actually, sometimes the detail work, you just need to add like a tiny smidget.
Oh, you paint the eyes can already.
Just paint or you do edge highlighting.
Yeah. Actually, I inherited like a whole bunch of the Warhammer Legion army, which I'm going to repurpose into Kings of War. And then so it's also quite like a flat scheme, only 2 color only, like a dark gray and then like some like a kind of like pasty white. So my plan is to, for me personally, I mean I have a airbrush, a bit privileged that way. So I'm just gonna airbrush like some purples into the crevices and just call it a day. So it will be a very quick and easy touch up, but I think it will like add a lot of color and just like make the miniatures pop . So for me, it's small little things can help go a long way in terms of like the detailing of a miniature.
I mean, not recently it was painted quite long ago. I have a dwarf Blood Bowl team, so I just dot the eyes and I just put a little bit of. It was a lady, so I put a little bit of lipstick on the lips and it pops.
It pops. Debbie, I've seen this post regarding the Malaysian painter.
The Malaysian painter.
When you sent me the thing, to be honest, when I read it, I felt like this guy was complaining for no good reason. It's the typical artist post. All the illustrators I know, they complain about the same thing.
John, I've heard you say there's no such thing as a starving artist.
Did I say that? No, I said all artists are starving. Okay, just a little background, just digressing. When I first started work, I was a photographer. I did my bachelor degree in photography. Good degree in photography. You need to go to university to take photos, not just click only, man. No, so actually, I was a photographer for almost 10 years. On and off, either assisting or being my own photographer. I do mainly studio stuff, product shoots, sometimes lifestyle shots. I only did 3 weddings in my lifetime, and I hated all of them. And I tell you, so I spent 10 years as an artist. Every single moment I was starving. Okay, I never had enough. And the only time I started to make serious money is when I stopped being an artist. That's when I'm just like, hey, you mean I can earn so much money for so much less work? Wow, that's amazing. So you are all starving. Okay, you don't know it yet, but you are starving. Okay, really can get so Tigris really can get the painting done so fast to be worth $8 per hour nowadays. Part-time supermarket F&B pay, especially during peak hours. Yeah, so I don't know. I think if you have to assemble, if you have to prime, you have to fill in the gaps, you have to do the basing. There's no way. Like $8 per hour is just like
it's a McDonald's wage, pretty much.
It's not $8 per hour. It's not $8 per hour. It's money per hour. Like to be worth the money per hour. So. I don't think it'll be that worth. If you charge what you think you're worth, no one will pay for you. I think that's like the main thing. That's the unfortunate side effect. Unless you're the top of the top lah. I believe.
Yeah, unless you're like Kaha, Kaha. From what I hear, is like one like a Mortarian size piece is like 3K, 3+K. Like that's pretty good for like 2 weeks of work.
I think the guy at the M Workshop, was it Bernard? I think he also does miniatures. There's the diorama, the World War II stuff. I heard lah. These are rumors. I don't know if this is correct. I think he also charges quite a premium for those. I don't know exactly how much he charges, but apparently it's like eye-watering amount of money lah. But he like his is, when you stare at the diorama, you feel like the Russian artillery shell is about to hit you lah. I think that's like the magic of his work lah. Okay. Everyone can be painter this is Bao.
Hey, Bao.
By the way, here's how you know, right? Bao is an art background also. Because if he's the one who came up with the Vignetica, the word, right? the scheme of the word, right? That's a visual artist word. That's people in the cinematography world, they will know what it means. Okay, a vignette. Okay, so that's how you know Bao. Okay, used to be starving. Okay.
I thought you were about to say how you know he's an artist last time is because he lost all his hair.
He lost
Stress until he go bald.
He lost his hair for different reasons. Nuclear waste. Okay. Tigris, GW customers so rich, no need to discount, especially a new army every few months kind. Bro, they will pay top primo dollar, okay, for the latest Primaris Space Marine 2.0. Okay, they will pay premium dollars. You tell them, hey sir, can I have a little bit of extra porridge with my commission painting? No son, no extra porridge for you. All right, get back to work, get back to painting. I'm gonna buy myself some Dark Eldar now. Okay, so it's just different level. I would say different level of they have different
expectations.
Yeah, for what they are willing to spend money on.
Yeah.
So it's the unfortunate thing that commission painting is very undervalued. It's just severely undervalued.
I think it's because the commission painters also like what Kwan Jin say, they keep undercutting. So the value goes down because they keep undercutting as well.
They devalue themselves.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. Okay. So before we cut off, before we jump into the event segment of the show, Kwan Jin, any last words on the world of commission painting, and then once that's done, then you can plug yourself. Let us know more where we can find you, and so on and so forth. So take it away, Kwan Jin.
Commission painting. Okay, my opinion is, I saw one of the comments that your customer should have some heart, but my opinion is your customer paid for the price you set, so they have every right to demand what you promise also. So yeah, so I think it's easier if you can value add rather than racing to the bottom. Yeah, that's all I have to say about commission painting. Then where can you find me? I think I hang out in HH quite a lot. You can find me in HammerHouse quite a lot. Another one is you can find me on Instagram, KJ Mini Painting. Yeah, that's all.
Fantastic. Well, I hope you guys had fun talking about the crazy world of painting.
Yes.
I certainly I feel very energized. Ragging on painters. No. Just kidding. I love all of you, okay? I love all your starving people, okay? You don't take up too much space. So, Johan, please.
It's my time to shine again.
It's your time to shine.
Okay, not much going on. It's same old, because we are approaching the end of the year. So once again, we are going to GamesCon next weekend. So if you are one of the lucky winners to win the ticket, do drop by our booth at HammerHouse and, well, hang out with us, say hi, take a picture, I don't know. Well, then following week, we'll have our Game Fest, which will be happening at Kreta Ayer CC, which will be running... Saturday, we'll have Infinity, we'll have Kill Team, we'll have Age of Sigmar, and what's one more? And we'll have Marvel Crisis Protocol. All these game systems tournament will be running at on Saturday, 26th of October.
Exciting times.
Yes.
Exciting times.
And on 27th of October, Sunday, we'll be having Kings of War, we'll be having 40K, we'll be having Star Wars Legion, and we'll be having Beyblade.
Beyblade.
Yo, the Beyblade is going to be crazy, man, I think.
What is going on with Beyblade? Suddenly it just exploded out of nowhere.
Bro, I tell you, our first episode, our first live stream of this, right? People were coming out of the woodwork also just like, what? Beyblade? Is what?
I mean, for those who haven't seen the crazy crowd in HammerHouse on Monday evening, you'll be seeing it on Sunday at Game Fest, 27 October. I already have, we are 2 weeks away? 2 weeks away, yes. And I already have 30 sign-ups and more coming. So, other than that, we'll be giving out a lot of prizes on Game Fest. Really out of our budget. I think I have to answer to my boss about this, but no choice.
Alex will forgive you. Alex, if you're hearing this, just forgive Johan, bro.
So we'll be giving out a lot of prizes, door gifts, lucky draws. If you haven't joined any of the systems yet, do join us. We still have sign up slots, except for Age of Sigmar. The game exploded. I don't know why. It's a good game, no less.
It exploded when it first started, then now it explodes again.
Yes, because it's a new edition.
It's
Wow.
just forever exploding.
Yes. So
Age of explosions.
right after that, we will have the next one will be the Mini-Rama. The first time we'll be doing an art fest.
I'm going to put up the rules again for the Vignetica. And somewhere in the middle, I'll put up the Polaroid diorama. Yeah, please continue, John.
Yes, so we'll be doing Minirama in end November. So if you are, no pressure. If like what Kwan Jin says, the technical side of it doesn't matter much as long as you can tell a story with your diorama. Go ahead and join. It's not expensive and it'll be fun. There's no pressure. You come here, you get a acknowledgement prize. We will have it for everybody. So it will be happening on 29th November, 1st December. If I'm not wrong, let me check my calendar. Blah, blah, blah. Give me a moment.
Oh, yeah, one more thing about the, I believe the Polaroid, for the Polaroid category, the round bases, you can, if you're not sure about what round bases to use, you can just get the standard one from HammerHouse. Yeah, then you'll be sure you be in the rules lah.
It's like the plinth type of.
Unfortunately, we have run out of round plinths.
Oh.
Unfortunately, yes. It's ever since Minirama has been posted, it's been hot demand.
Like yonking it off the shelf.
Yeah, we are trying to get restocks, but we have no idea when it will come in. So, yeah, good luck on that. You can source other places.
I think what other game system have this type of 60 or 80 mm bases? Round base, do we know?
I mean, round bases we have in store, 60 mm at least. 80 mm, I'm not sure. I have to check. But the plinth is the one that we ran out. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you can get the round base, then you just build the plinth yourself.
Yep.
Just remember the boundary. 10% of the boundary.
Okay. So back to the date. Yes, submission, I believe, is 29th November. And then the showcase will be on 30th of November and 1st December. Yeah. So judging is when?
30th November.
Call him at the wrong time.
Sorry.
So how it works is, okay, from 29 November, 1 p.m. onwards, you can come down to HammerHouse and drop off your miniature until the next day, Saturday, 30th November, up to 7 p.m. So cutoff time is 7 p.m. 30th November. After that, the judges, then after that, they'll be closed to public already. I think HammerHouse will close off the second floor. Then me and the other judges will come down, and from 7 p.m. until probably midnight, we'll be judging your pieces. And then the next day, the Sunday, the winners will be announced.
So to introduce our judges for Minirama, it'll be here, Kwan Jin, one of them. And we also have Marwin, the brush warrior from Indonesia. And of course, last but not least, is our boss, Alex. If I'm not wrong.
Yes, correct.
If
you're wrong, bro, you're in trouble.
Yeah, so those will be our three judges that will be judging your work. Yeah, and right after that, it's holiday season. There will be no big events being run until the end of the year, and we will see you back in 2025, where hopefully I will have more interesting things to announce.
This also goes for the live stream, the Hammercast. For the month of December, we will not have. So next month will most likely be our last stream for the year.
Yes.
Yeah, just for the year, not the last one ever. For the year. Then after that, once we have because this kind of holiday period, everyone's away overseas in Japan
Hey, how you know I'm going to Japan?
That's why. I mean, if I throw 3 darts at some like East Asia country, I've already hit like 80% of the destination of the Singaporeans in December already. So, okay. Before we end the show, anything else, Chuan?
Okay, maybe just to tell, shout out on the next episode, we'll be talking about mostly Kings of War, the game. Our guests, I haven't even told them yet, but our guests probably will be.
This is how we invite you all.
Yes, this is how we invite you guys. We just put your name out and you have to be here, right? Our guests will be the local Pathfinders, General Gaddafi, and Pitch Neil. Well, I don't care if you guys are busy, you guys gotta be here.
They're friends, like our dear friends for very many years, so this is how we invite them. So thank you in advance, Pitch and General Gaddafi. Not the Libya guy, okay? Our own General Gaddafi.
Yeah, that's about it for me.
Okay, just the last little bit of YouTube chats. There'll be painting army is standard. Painting pinups though, I don't know.
Oh, Debbie, that's your thing, man. Pinups.
I don't know what's pinup.
That's not a very common thing to paint. Or pinups is like the Kingdom Death, the sexy woman with large features, that kind. Very
large
features.
Okay, this is a family-friendly show, guys.
Yes.
Okay. I personally never done it. Debbie is your thing. You do you. Okay, Tigris. So basically, painting commission is just getting tip, and it's really practice or to fill time. If you just want to paint for fun and don't want to pay GW prices for the base canvas. I would agree with about 90% of it. I don't know if you want to paint it for the base canvas. If you don't get to keep it at the end, so like what?
You get to keep a picture of it.
Okay. Jenks. Beyblade. I heard Beyblade. Yes, you heard it correctly. Don't forget to... Which one is it? It's Games Fest.
Game Fest, yes.
Fest, yeah. So Game Fest, go and participate. Okay. Pegasus. But there's a space. Pegasus. Like the laptop. Okay. Beyblade Revivals goes hard. It's harder than I could possibly imagine. Okay. It really goes deep and goes hard. Tigris. I suppose the Silver Golden Demon wouldn't be so controversial if it's another uncommon GW faction instead of yet another Primaris Marine bracket again. I don't know about that. I think it's really the
to be fair, Marines are the easiest one to age highlight. I mean, it has the most ages to age highlight, and then it shows it's the best miniature to show your age highlight work.
Yeah,
maybe
I don't
that's
know
why.
If it's just purely a Marine thing. I would agree that it's quite stock standard, and especially the Ultramarine paint scheme also is very, very stock standard. But I also feel like even if it's just like a Necron painter in like the GW art scheme, I think it will also probably generate the same amount of controversy. That's my guess.
I don't know.
I mean, I could
We'll never know.
We'll never know. And then I think it's nostalgia marketing. I don't know what is that in regarding to, but that's all we do here, okay? We just love the nostalgia marketing. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that Johan was just talking about. Don't forget, you can just like check out the description. All the dates and the event details are there. Feel free to come down to HammerHouse, okay, and just ask any one of the friendly staff over here. They're always happy to answer any questions. Just pop in, just talk to them. Maybe not on Monday unless you're a Beyblader, because they'll be very busy dealing with spinning tops and stuff like crashing and burning out all the time. I think most other days they are quite free and they will be very, very happy to help and answer any questions.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And yeah, with that, this shall be the end of today's show. Thank you very much, Kwan Jin, for taking time out of your day to come down. Really appreciate your time and your expertise. KJ Mini paintings. Yeah. Okay.
And remember, like, subscribe, and comment for your tickets.
Yes. Okay.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.